Yes, let's go!
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the?
In this video, we are going to do a walk around and quick drive of Scotty's 1996 Subaru WRX Tommy Kaira M20b. So before we get into the actual walk around, how long have you owned this car?
So I picked this car up around pre-COVID time.
Yeah.
So I've had it about 4 years now. Yeah.
All right, and did you import it? Like, how did you get your hands on this?
I was pretty lucky with this one. I was just scrolling Kijiji one day and I saw it for sale in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Called the guy, went and looked at it. So it has a pretty cool history. It was in a car collection of an older gentleman.
All right.
And he had a bunch of muscle cars. So this car was an interesting part of his fleet.
Yeah.
But I guess he was just over it and listed it for sale.
Just want to get rid of it, hey?
Yeah.
In your words, what is Tommy Kaira?
So what Tommy Kaira is a tuning company in Japan. They mostly took cars off the showroom floor essentially and took it to their tuning shop and did all what they do to it. So body kits, tuning, stuff like that.
In modern day translation, we take like Cobb, for example.
Yeah.
They take a WRX or an STI, or when the STI did exist, take it off the lot or off the assembly line and do their tuning to it, and then you could buy it from the factory with Cobb edition things and have a tune with a warranty. The 1990s was a different time. It's not like that anymore, but anyways, let's get into the walk around. All right, so let's start off at the front end. So tell me, Scotty, this hood, I see the two hood vents. Is there anything special about these hood vents, or, because I see they're paint matched?
Yeah, so this hood, nothing special about it, just version 2, so just the way it came. It's an aluminum hood,
Yeah.
which WRX did not come with, but since it's a WRX Type RA, it has the aluminum hood on it.
Right, because the STIs did have the aluminum hood.
Yeah.
All right, then let's go down to the headlights here. So we still have the opaque, right? And it wasn't the crystal one until like version 5, I think, right?
Yeah, version 5, they introduced the crystal headlights.
Yeah.
So these are the OEM version 2 fluted headlights.
Right, fluted, that's the word. And then if we look to the grille, we can see the Tommy Kaira grille detailing. In the WRX, it was just the logo of the Subaru emblem. There wasn't anything else, right?
Yeah, the Imprezas, the JDM ones, had an I badge in it.
Right.
So this one, with the Tommy Kaira bumper, it's interesting. They integrated the grille into it.
So let's talk about this bumper. So is this specific to the TK versions? Like, this is designed, made by TK only?
Yeah, that's correct. TK put it on all their cars. It was also, along with the rest of the body kit, it was an option in the STI catalog.
I see.
So you could still get this on your generic WRX or STI. The interesting part about this bumper too, what I like is they actually integrated the OEM version 2 turn signals and fog lights.
I see. So this is the same size fog light, I guess, retrofitted it into their own bumper.
Yeah, which is pretty cool in my opinion.
All right, so let's move off to the side of the car. And we see the TK logo here right in the middle of the wheel. So this is a two-piece, it looks like.
Yeah, so these are two-piece. If my memory serves me right, they're made by SSR.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's kind of their Tommy Kaira's signature styling. If you look on most of their other cars, like Skylines and Subarus, they have this 6-spoke design.
If you don't know if this is a TK, this will make it even more obvious. We have it plastered on the side, which I think is absolutely awesome. Totally can't miss this. So this is look at this side mirror. Is this a TK version as well?
So these mirrors are Ganador Super Aero mirrors.
Okay.
It kind of matched the styling of the kit, that 90s aesthetic.
Yeah.
Round, bubbly.
Yeah. So this doesn't come with on the car from the factory?
No. Those are aftermarket.
I see. Well, it looks sweet. Now let's move to the rear of the car and we see this 2-level massive wing.
So I would say this is the most controversial part of the car.
Yeah.
And a lot of people either love or hate it.
Yeah.
But I think it's very 90s and cool.
I'm not super convinced in photos, but then in person, this wing does match the whole aesthetic of the car, in my opinion. It just looks, it's unique. It's tall. It's significantly taller. The WRX had a low profile wing, right? Like that's what they had, right?
Yeah.
So this is probably like 2 or 3 times taller than that. The one thing I missed is the color. This red color, is there a specific paint code to this? Is this a TK only thing?
No, so this was a color for these years. If I'm not mistaken, it's called Cardinal Red.
Cardinal red, okay. And it's holding up pretty well for a 20-plus-year-old car.
Yep. So usually red cars in Japan just get plastered by the sun.
Yeah.
And they don't really fare too well.
Yeah.
And for what it is, I'm glad it still looks this good.
Yeah, it really does. This thing is an absolute gem. I'm just gonna do a quick walk around and see if there's anything that I missed.
The rear bumper as well.
Oh yeah, the rear bumper. So this is a TK designed bumper as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I see that. They have their own logo.
Yeah, so on all the parts, they have their badges,
Right.
along with the wing up here and the front bumper.
Right. Yeah, I think I got that too. And this is their emblem, of course.
Yeah.
This cannon of an exhaust. Is this the stock exhaust?
I'm not too sure, but
Okay.
I know it is a Fujitsubo catback exhaust.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's something that TK put on all their cars, but it's nice, tame sounding, quiet but loud when you get on it. So it's kind of the perfect happy medium.
Humble rumble. Oh man, I could stare at this car all day. Looks so good compared to that Crosstrek. Can we pop the hood?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's do it.
Take a look.
Yeah. All right. So give me a quick rundown on what type of EJ this car has.
So this is an EJ20G.
Okay.
Closed deck block.
Right.
And yeah, so this one being a WRX Type RA has a 5th injector on top, which is fairly interesting
Okay.
for what it is. And yeah, of course, on most Tommy Kaira cars, they used ARC as a kind of like a bolt-on part.
Okay.
So it comes with the ARC slanted intercooler.
Right.
And of course, just to fit the theme, I sourced ARC oil cap.
Oh, nice. Look at
and
that.
Rad cap as well.
And I see the strut bar.
Yeah, so that's Tommy Kaira specific,
Nice.
along with the badge under here, that I guess Tommy Kaira VIN plate.
Right. And this number you were mentioning was the 65 here.
Yeah, so this car is number 65, made in 65 out of the whole run of cars. But
Right.
the 6 at the end identifies it as a 1996.
Right, I see. And you see that M20b there. And how many examples or approximate examples were made of this version?
For the Tommy Kaira, they never released the amount of cars they actually made.
Okay.
So when I picked up the car, I was very curious because I knew it was a rare car. So I was trying to find production numbers, but everyone directed me to this gentleman in Australia.
Yeah.
And he's very hardcore Tommy Kaira. And over the years, he kind of made a, I guess you could say, logbook of all the cars he's come across.
Okay.
And the highest number for the GC8 chassis is 105.
And in terms of horsepower and torque, what did Subaru rate or TK rate this at?
Honestly, that's a good question. I would say typically all the cars around this era, they were limited to 280 horsepower.
Right.
So I think that was a kind of a
That was
gentleman agreement in
yeah,
Japan for
so
all the JDM cars.
That's a number they threw out, but it probably wasn't.
Yeah, it could be more,
Could be
less.
less.
This car, they also have a Tommy Kaira ECU in it.
Okay.
So they did some tuning on it as well.
I see. So the engine tuning was altered
Yeah,
by
that's
them.
correct.
Okay.
Back in the day, you had the choice between a generic WRX
Okay.
or the WRX Type RA.
I see.
And the reasoning behind them only doing WRXs is they wanted their own clean slate.
Okay.
They didn't want to build off of what STI already built.
I think that's pretty much it for the exterior and the engine. Let's get into the interior. All right, hopping in the TK. Gotta watch the bolster. Don't want to damage the bolster. All right, so here we are in the interior. So let's start off with the steering wheel. So we have this special version, obviously, with the TK badge right in the middle. So is this a rebranded version of what was available, or?
So this one, from what I've seen, is only TK specific.
Okay.
It is from my memory, it's a personal wheel.
Okay, like that's the brand,
Yeah,
the company.
that's the brand
I see.
that made it.
All right,
Yeah.
I see. Because I know there was a 3-spoke Nardi steering wheel that was very similar to this, but that's not this.
Yeah,
eh?
no, a little bit different styling with this one.
I see. That cluster though, I do see that is a Tommy Kaira version, and it goes up to 260.
Yeah.
Because I know the JDM ones are limited, right? But the Governor to 180.
Yeah. So,
What?
Yeah, with this one goes to 260. It's a little different than the other ones, so they usually light up kind of like a pale green color.
Right.
This one's red, which is really cool at night.
Oh yeah. So it's like a reddish orange, or just like actually like red?
Straight red.
Whoa, that's insane. It matches your car color.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's move to the center console here. So we have this trim. This looks like carbon fiber. Is this really carbon fiber?
It's not actually carbon fiber.
Okay.
So it's just an overlay.
Okay.
So-
Did you put that in?
Yeah,
Oh, I
I put
see.
that in, and
I made it-
wanted to match the Tommy Kaira thing.
Oh, yeah,
although
okay.
It doesn't really match that well, but
I mean, the patterning is very close anyway.
Yeah.
So this trim, this is from TK. Is this real carbon fiber, or is this?
yeah,
Oh, it is.
so
Okay.
This part is real carbon fiber, and you could tell just by the quality of it.
Yeah.
Very early kind of carbon fiber.
Yeah, they're pretty.
So-
It was very early in their manufacturing process for sure.
Yeah, so that's a TK specific part.
And we have these 3 gauges here. So from left to right, this one is your oil temp, and then this is your oil pressure.
Yeah.
Right. And then this is your boost gauge, and they all work.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And then here we are at the shifter.
Yeah.
And it says here, the Racing Spirit tuned by Tommy Kaira, Japan. Oh my God.
It does have the short gear ratio gearbox,
Right.
which makes it very engaging to drive.
And then looking here, all right. There's no armrest. Is that how it
No.
was for this version, even in the
this
WRX?
version. So there was an option that you could get like a cubby
I see,
thing,
yeah.
but
It didn't do
pretty-
anything anyway. Yeah.
No, not really.
I see.
And I guess the last thing to note would be the Tommy Kaira floor mats.
Oh, nice.
So that was specific to it.
The other plaque there. Is that the flare? You have the flare
Yeah,
still?
So luckily this car came with the flare.
Okay. I can see it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
OG JDM.
I love it. Is that the original?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So
I
yeah,
see.
it's I find most of the cars get them taken out these days.
yeah.
So it's hard to find. You could tell how long a car's been in Canada if
Ye-
it has the flare.
Flare or
still on
not.
it.
Yeah. Does it still have the toll collection, like the ETC? Like,
Yeah, so it does have the ETC down there.
oh, I see. Does it still talk to you when you start it up? No,
No.
you disabled it. Hey. All right, that's fair. And the headliner is this? Were they all leather? I don't remember.
So version 1 and 2 cars came with kind of this, I don't know how you would say
Like a
it.
pleather type of
Yeah.
thing.
And then eventually, I think version 3 they changed over to suede.
Right, I
So,
see.
And again, for more weight savings on this model, no dome lights up here,
Oh, I see.
which is interesting. So usually RAs have a roof vent here, so
Yeah.
that's why they don't have the lighting. But again, WRX RAs never came with the roof vent.
I see. And we see the massive wing in the rear view, which is awesome. Was there anything else notable you could think of?
I mean, the water sprayer button.
Oh, right. Yeah, that thing. Otherwise, yeah, there's a lot. I do like how there's a lot of buttons integrated into the, like, kind of the trim around the cluster. That's kind of cool. And yes, got to remember that the turn stock is on this side.
opposite side.
Yeah. Cool. Should we go for a cruise?
Yeah, let's take
Let's
it out.
do it. Okay, so start it up. Let's go for a drive. Oh,
Need the keys. It is a little chattery, so
okay.
just to be wary.
Clutch in. All right, so we're about to set off. E-brake down. Hopefully I don't stall it. How's the clutch position?
It's pretty interesting, not gonna lie.
Okay, it's not too bad. There's a little bit of a chitter there.
Yeah.
Oh man, the hydraulic steering. You feel how light this car is compared to modern day Subarus. They really don't make them how they used to.
No, 100%.
All the sounds and everything.
You hear every rock.
Well, it's just like the engine sound, the hum, like it's all. It's really. Oh my god. Yeah,
There you
mistake.
go.
I don't even know why I'm signaling. I shouldn't even. All right. All right. So I guess we just follow this road then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so shit. Oh man, dude, that you have to rev it out, and then it just punches you so hard.
Yeah, it's like, that's one thing I like about the 20Gs.
Yeah.
Is they're, I guess you could say, laggy.
Yeah.
Versus the next generation ones.
Yeah.
And it's just way more exciting for me.
A lot more engaging.
Yeah.
There's a lot of drama. It's almost suspenseful, you could say.
Yeah, that's exactly why I like it. Although having the linearness, if that's a word, on the newer ones is like obviously plays a good role, like when you want it to be like that.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, it's, I guess, like living in the lower RPMs is easier for day to day, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that's pretty nice. Is it 80 here?
Yeah, I hope so.
I think so.
Apparently it goes to 60 at some places.
Yeah, some places. Found out the hard way.
Yeah.
That's a cop, dude.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Love getting pulled over. Oh, poor Scotty. When we talk about purist experience in a car, the 1990s JDMs, especially if you're a Subaru fanboy like me, you won't get any other experience better than this. This is absolutely fantastic. The sound, the mechanical feeling, you know, no fancy screen, just you, man, and machine. It's perfect. It's a fantastic car, Scotty. I'm very jealous of you. GC8s have a special place in my heart. This one definitely has won me over the instant I saw it. And yeah, man, like, it feels good.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's a flutter, hey?
Yeah, you get a little bit of flutter. I find that's like prominent in the 20Gs.
Okay.
On the newer ones, you don't get much flutter. So when you throw an intake on these, it sounds great.
Sounds so good, hey?
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about that Subaru made closed deck blocks from the factory, and now you have to like spend oodles of money from one, like an IAG closed deck. Wow. There's a bunch of cars behind us now. Sometimes locals drive like so fast.
Yeah, especially on these roads.
On these roads. Like the oncoming traffic that we came across, they were ripping it.
For sure.
Yeah, like this guy behind us in the Kia. I guess this is an excuse to just go around this a little more peppier than usual, but
Yeah, get a feel for it.
oh yeah. The lightness of this car, it's quite point and shoot. Hydraulic steering, I know they've kept that all the way throughout to the latest gen STI, the VA STI, but my VB is now electric steering rack, right? It's quick, but you don't feel as much undulations, you don't feel the road as much. Like there's a lot more input in this type of steering compared to electric steering racks, and paired with this type of car, it's...
Yeah, you definitely, that's one thing I love about GCs, you just feel everything.
You feel everything, man.
Like I want to experience new cars and whatnot, because I've always pretty much only owned GC8s.
Yeah.
But I get enjoyment out of other cars, but then when I get back in one of these, I'm like, nothing really compares.
Nothing beats it. Like if you want to release and you just want to have like a bare bones visceral feeling, you hop in this car, it's like a blast from the past. Like you essentially travel back in time and you get a reminder of where Subaru came from, you know, their heritage in the rally world, and how competitive they were against cars like the Evo, right? Yeah. They were neck and neck. And now, you know, when the Evo 10 died off, you know, Subaru didn't really have that much value in improving the STI in the later generations because there wasn't really much to compete with. The suspension is surprisingly fairly forgiving.
Yeah.
And is this a stock struts, or like are they newer stock struts, or?
Yeah, I think they're still the original struts.
Really?
That's the thing. Like I really like this car because on struts, usually all my cars are on coilovers.
Yeah.
The looseness of it kind of gives it a little. You throw it in a corner and you feel that body roll, but you know where the car is going.
Yeah.
It just gives you this feedback that I really enjoy out of it.
Yeah. the exhaust, although is fairly big, it's not that loud. Like, it really isn't that loud. Like, it's nice. That's my preference, to be honest. Like, it is quite the humble rumble.
For sure.
Like, I'm sure when we get into it, you hear it, but like just for around the community, low RPMs, you're not pissing people off, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm a very big fan of Fujitsubo exhaust. Like,
Yeah.
I have one on my RA as well.
Yeah.
And on that car, I have a catless downpipe, so
Okay.
it is a little bit louder.
Yeah.
But again, it's fairly quiet until you don't want it to be quiet, which I think is the best in between.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Yes, let's go! Oh my God.
But yeah, I put this heat shield back on, and so that's the rattle you're hearing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was.
It needs like 8 volts. And
Okay.
It's the most pain in the ass thing to take off, so I tried putting just the 3 easy ones in.
Yeah.
And then it started to rattle, so I was like, oh.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. It's part of the character of the car, man.
Yeah.
One last pull. Man, you feel like you're on a rocket ship once you hit boost.
Yeah, right.
That's what I miss. What a pristine example of a TK.
Yeah, for sure.
I really appreciate you letting me drive this. This really brings me back. Last time I was in a GC8 was in 2016. That's 8 years ago. 8 years ago. And I'm now again in a GC8, but it's one of the rarest made ones. So I'm extremely grateful for this. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Like besides YouTube, this is an experience personal to me, and this is just awesome. Anyways, friends, that pretty much wraps up the video. This was such an awesome experience driving the 1996 Subaru WRX Tommy Kaira M20b. Big shout out to Scotty. You know, so Scotty is a friend of Jay's. We didn't actually meet before, so this is our first time meeting. He's a chill guy. He's awesome to talk about Subarus with. He's very knowledgeable, and he takes care of his cars. And he also owns 2 other rare GC8s as well, so he knows his stuff completely inside out. And of a token of thanks, I have something for you. So 1 second, just wait.
Awesome.
It's a red Hot Wheel for your red GC8.
I do not have a red one, so
Okay.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, this is the least I could do is to give you one of those. So
I really
yeah.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Anyways, friends, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Holy crap, my hair is crazy. I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.